We're gonna get started in just a minute. Sorry about that. Let me bring his music down. There we go. I'm gonna leave this open for your comments. I've been seeing all the things that you guys have been putting out. So I just wanted to go over a few things in Igniter while I answer some of your questions. Let me add the screen and bring you guys along with me. All right, I'm gonna make this bigger. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take my, I'll probably leave myself in it a little bit. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me okay. Okay, I can see myself on, I'm broadcasting on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I was going through Igniter Labs and I stumbled upon a couple of things that I forgot to mention. And that is that they have troubleshooting for Manitowoc ice machines in here. I didn't realize that. They have troubleshooting for, well, of course, they have the Hoshizaki too. But they also had Manitowoc, which they didn't have that before. It's not titled Manitowoc. It's just titled Troubleshooting Guide. So they've actually thrown in a couple of things that weren't there before, and they will do that from time to time. While that's loading up, I'm going to see how this looks. All right. I think I already had this queued up on my Safari. Yeah, I got this queued up on Safari. So tell you what. Let's drop this. Stop that screen. All right, CEO Jakes, thanks. Hey, CEO Jakes, put any question you have in the chat. One second. This might get a little trippy for a second. All right, there we go. I won't be able to see your stuff for a minute. So this is Scotsman. They put all the information you need. This is tech support in your pocket. This one is Scotsman. They have 2 or 3 different models on Scotsman Ice. So this is when you're out. It doesn't matter what time of night or day you're going out. You're trying to troubleshoot a unit. No ice. And here's your org chart. Here's where it is right there. Unit does not operate. No ice is produced. These are your usual suspects. No power. So you got to check the cord. Got to check the outlet. Got to check the breaker. Make sure you have power coming in. Open contacts in the bin thermostat. I actually have an isomatic like this I have to go check out another couple of days. So the unit is not, it's not making any ice. And so this is the number one thing I'm going to go to on this isomatic. Now, isomatic and Scotsman are brother and sister company. Master switch, see if it's in the off position or in the ice. Transformer failure, that is not as common. Control board failure, that is definitely not as common. Thermistor failure, on this particular model, that is a thing. Of course, they give you the common part numbers. Let's see here. Let me go back some more. No ice. Everything is operating. Full thing. So what you're looking at right now is exactly what you would see on your phone. This is exactly it. So they didn't have enough people using the phone app, so they just scrapped it all together. So this works on your tablet, on your laptop, and on your phone. So no ice, but the unit is still running. So you got to check your hot gas valve solenoid. You got to check your hot gas valve. So this actually is a thing, and even less of a thing is the compressor. So on Scotsman, I can't think of the last time I've changed the compressor on Scotsman. I think maybe one couple years ago. The other thing's insufficient refrigeration. Scotsman uses a process with the soldering, with the brazing, where once the unit builds up enough pressure, it's designed to leak refrigerant out of the welds. With the system that they're using. And so if you ever run across a Scotsman that you find out it's low on refrigerant, but you can never find a leak, that's because there actually isn't a leak. It's because that's actually done by design. So in order not to damage the compressor, in order not to damage the valves for fan cycling switch and things like that, they'll actually leak refrigerant through the welds. That is a factory design. That's why you change so few compressors on on Scotsman. All right, compressor not operating. So we'll go through all of those different things. Once again, those are different parts. Now here's the sequence of operation. We'll go through the wash. So if it's not working on wash, this is a sequence that you go through. Check this, check that. If you got power here, if you got power coming out of the board, check the pump. Chances are that the pump is all seized up because it's full of calcium and other magnesium and all other kind of stuff. Same thing, with that sequence of operation chart. So you check the power cord, check the on and off switch, the wash switch, check the bin level, then you check the compressor. And then the XFMR is the transformer. Now, if you click on any of these, it actually shows you a picture of it. It shows you everything that's there, the part number. You bring you right back. You check the control board, which I've never had to change a Scotsman control board. Now, that's not to say that you wouldn't have to if ants got on it, crickets, that type of thing. I actually had, now this is an undercounted one. I actually had a situation where cockroaches or those tree roaches got in there and they defecated on the board and they ate through the board. But other than that, you're really not going to have much problem with that. Fan control. Now here is the fan cycle switch. And so the reason why you have fewer problems with the Scotsman versus Manitowoc is because the Scotsman will, when the pressure gets too high, it will start to bleed out that excess refrigerant. Fan motor. So you'll find it a unit that's never cleaned. It's in a closet. It's in a warehouse. It's in somewhere where it's dusty and the condenser gets blocked up. You'll find that out of gas in the fall season, and that's why, because during the warmer months it leaks by. So this is the hot gas valve, and it does get stuck from time to time. It's not a common thing. This pump here, this pump is a number one. It's the number one culprit right there. So let me see here. Let me go through a couple other things. So I'm just going to go through some of this. Let me go back. Let me see what you guys have to say, if anything. I was actually going through some things I could show you guys. What was this? Oh, this is some of the Milner stuff I'm going to show you all later on. So Milner has some training classes coming up. I want to see what you guys... let's see here. Oh, good. I can see myself. All right. All right. Let's see. I'm still playing around with this thing. SQ. Hey, SQ Services. Thank you very much for your donation. Thank you, Mel. Nice to see you. Let me take this off. Yeah, New York classes, everything is starting to heat up. Oh, everything is starting to heat up in January. Everybody takes off for starting Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, because so many people take off for vacation. The attendance is low during those times, but you're going to have, let's check it out. Let's see which screen we're going to share. Yeah, I'll just do, we'll do this one. So it's going to be, it's pretty much, I see you're a laundry guy. They're heavy into laundry. So let's see here. Now you will have Dexter Laundry. I didn't realize you were. I thought you were. I thought you were in another state. So you're. Are you in New York? All right, let me address CEO Jakes. You're going to have to contact them. You can contact Mike. You can contact Mike over there at Igniter Labs. Just go to Igniter Labs, and the 312 number is going to pop up, and it's going to be the 312 number is going to pop up. It's going to take you right to Mike. All right, so let's see here. Let's see what. I don't know if Dexter has anything just yet. I didn't get a chance to check my laundry stuff. Just let me know what style. Oh, Long Island. Okay. Man, Long Island. Now SQ Services, have you been to the Wascamat training? Let me just start with that, because Wascamat training is monthly. Oh, let me do that. And in your market, Laundry Lux, Wascamat is extremely popular because that's what they are. They're in I know it says New York, but I believe they're in Long Island. So Wascamat is king over that way. Of course, you got your Speed Queen, Dexter. Are you familiar? And are you familiar with Milner? Okay, yeah. So see, your stuff starts to come up in February. So there you go. February 6th in Inwood, New York. So there's your Wascomat Electrolux training. Right, the 6th, the 7th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Oh, they're gonna do the crossover. Okay, so the Encore and the crossover, that is the much smaller unit. Let me show you. Let me show you what those look like. Ah, okay, all right. Let me show you what that one looks like. Let's see here. Let me take this off. Let me show you exactly what that looks like. Let me pull up another screen. Now, I was thinking about what you, because I looked you up a little bit. I know you might have seen me put a like on some of your stuff. See, so here, sold by Home Depot. Here is the crossover. This is the Let me go. So this is the Electrolux unit. Home Depot is trying to get into this commercial side of things, so they're tapping in with a lot of different manufacturers. And trust me, I don't have my booklet here. I met with the CEO of Laundry Lux and Wasco Matt. Well, the previous one, the grandson, before he left. Now it's a woman running things. So here it is right here. Commercial laundry. Looks very familiar, doesn't it? Looks very familiar. So it can come with the coin box or without. This is a newer version. I haven't dealt with this version. I've dealt with a previous iteration of this unit, but it's still a commercial unit. As you see, $2,478 sold through Home Depot. It's also sold through Webstaurant and some AJ Madison and a couple other places. So you got your regular old door lock, just like you would just like you would with the Speed Queen. It is very, very similar to the Speed Queen, extremely. But the thing about this one that you'll like is, no, I think this one does have a pump too. That's why the crossover is slightly different. And now I have all the stuff for that because I know you asked about it. Send me your information, especially on the Instagram or the YouTube here. I'm going to let me see what I can do here with you. This is so weird. Before they had it where I was able to take a user and actually give them certain statuses. But tell you what, here I'm going to put into all right, because there's only a few people that's going to be on here. So in the comment section, there's my email. So SQ Services or Servicers, you can go ahead and shoot me an email, and I can get you that. Because Mel, I got to get you your stuff too. Now, so as you see, you got your class coming up for that. That's sold not only in Home Depot, it's sold in all other kind of distributors. Once you go to the class, you'll actually be able to sell that unit as well. So as you know, you're in New York. When you have the New York market is very similar to the Chicago market, whereas you have all these multi-family units. It's a number of small laundromats, and then you have the restaurants will wash their own linens and uniforms and things like that. You have car washes that'll wash their own towels and things, veterinarian offices, that type of thing. So once you actually go over there to the class, you're actually going to meet with them, with the higher ups. For not only is it Electrolux, but it's Electrolux, it's Wascomat, Electrolux, Wascomat, and Laundry Lux. So they got things split up into different divisions, but it's basically all the same. It's basically all the same company. Yeah. So like I said, AJ Madison. AJ Madison is selling it. Very, very similar. Lowe's got into the game too. Look at that. Lowe's got into it too. It's nothing. See, I used to sell commercial appliances, and now nothing is safe. Nothing is safe. So once you go to the class, this is going to open you up for a completely new market. I know you're doing Speed Queen, but you can open yourself up to Electrolux, Wascomat, and Laundry Lux. So laundromats suck to deal with. Laundromats suck, but when you're dealing with a multi family unit, where they have like 4 washers that the whole building is using, that's what you're going to get. Especially, that's what this opens up right here. Would it being sold in Lowe's? Would it be sold in Home Depot? Would it be sold online? Now these people aren't intimidated by going to that dealer. Now they can just sit here, just like you and I are sitting here at the computer, and they can go ahead and open it. They have all kind of financing options. They can use their PayPal. They can use their regular credit card. They can use a store credit card from Lowe's or Home Depot. AJ Madison has other deals. As a matter of fact, you were right there with AJ Madison. AJ Madison is in New York or Long Island. AJ Madison is on Long Island. And so lots of opportunities, but the learning curve is very minimal because you're already familiar with the Speed Queen residential. So this is one let me go back to it. Let's touch on that with that class. This is one I would definitely put down. So this is February. So the beginning of the year, it starts kicking off with these classes. If you can, I don't know how many people you got working for you. If you can, I would definitely send them for you probably wouldn't need to send them to level 1. You would send them to the level 2, but you see the address. Give them a call. Let me see if I can copy this. It's being a pain. It's being a pain. Let me tell you what I'll do. Let me copy this. Let me put this in the link. And I'm doing it again because I'm posting on a lot of other stuff. If you are on Facebook, you are on Instagram, and you are looking for some of this information, some of the links, don't hesitate to contact me on any one of those channels. I will get you the same thing that is being presented to those on YouTube. It's just that YouTube is a lot easier for me to get this information out as the main one. So as you see, the cost is a very high amount of $0. Technicians only. Learn how to find and diagnose electrical and operational malfunctioning. Well, whatever. I guess they were supposed to say malfunctioning units. Technicians should have experience in reading and interpreting electrical wiring diagrams. It is a 3-hour class starting at 9, February 7th. So what you can do is just call them, or I gave you the link. Click the link. I'll be here for a little bit. Click the link. You can go ahead and fill out all the information so that you can get yourself and your people situated. And if you like, just send one guy. Just send one if you want, or you can go yourself, because that's usually what people do. The owner of the company usually goes first, and then they disseminate the information as need be. But they are extremely aggressive over there at Laundry Lux. They go after all the pet care places, veterinarian hospitals, veterinarian surgical places. They're washing all that pet stuff. They're washing with Electrolux. all that stuff. So you're gonna be able to use all your same equipment. All the stuff you're using now, nothing has to change. You're just opening it up to a new customer. New customer. Right? So let's see here. So that's Wasco Mat and Laundry Lux. They are no longer traveling around the country. They used to travel around the country. They're not doing that. They're staying at home, staying right there in New York. You'd have to come to them for the classes. I do subscribe to all the industry news with the laundry. And Speed Queen has been a little stingy lately. Let's see what Dexter Laundry has. And so Dexter is another one. Dexter Laundry, I think it's under events. So what Dexter likes to do is Dexter likes to target these multifamily units. Dexter likes to target apartment buildings. So they'll go after apartment buildings, they'll go after laundromats, but a lot of multi-unit buildings. I don't know why they go after the Chinese, but they really market their stuff to the Chinese. Maybe it's because they have a 10-year warranty, and so that's something that they're able to pitch to that clientele that they gravitate to. But don't worry, they have a 10-year warranty, but that still doesn't cover blockages. That still doesn't cover wear and tear. It only covers, actual damage, not even damage, but actual, like you see the display on the top front. So if they spill bleach onto the display, that's not warranty. That's not covered. They have to pay for that. And so where you pour your chemicals in, right up top over there, and people always sit their bottles of bleach and detergent and everything right up there, and wouldn't you know it, it leaks right on top. I don't care if it's a stack unit or if it's single. They always do that. And one of the things you don't have to worry about nowadays is they're going with a soft mount. So the days of this stuff being having to take a jackhammer and pound bolts into the concrete and to put that kind of stuff in, those days are numbered. Those days are practically gone. They'll do whatever they can to give you a unit that is soft, what they call soft mount. And so everything still applies, just like you can with Speed Queen. It's just Jamaica, New York. There we go. Ooh, that's a long way away. All right, you don't have to wait all the way till October. You're going to have one way sooner than that. So October 9th through 10th, gold coin is they're fun to deal with, should we say. All right, so there will be other events, especially where you are. You're going to have events in Long Island. You got them in Jamaica, New York, and you're going to have, I think there's 2 other locations, because you have more than just gold coin. You got another distributor in New York. But wouldn't you know it? So October 9th. Now, are you familiar with Dexter Laundry at all? Yeah, well, I'm almost 50 years old. I know you guys can't tell by looking at me, but yeah, I only got a few I only got a few years left on the sun, man. Yeah, that email's from like 90. It's from the 90s. It's from the 90s. It's not even 20 years old. That's still 2000. No, that email is from 90 something. Back when computers used to be in a room. I used to have to do the whole computer room. I used to run a computer lab at my university. There's nothing yet. Nothing yet. I mean, there's going to be training in Delaware, but you're looking more like, oh, you haven't done anything. You haven't. they haven't fleshed out the training yet for the year. So they're just finishing up. These ladies and gentlemen, all right, are going through their holiday just like you and I. It's usually a full, this is what they do. It's a staff of as few as one, as many as like six that'll handle the training department, and that is all they do. What they do outside of training is they will handle tech support. But that's about it. These guys are running around the country crisscrossing and doing, so they're going to do Delaware. They're going to do, the whole East Coast. They're doing all the US. They're doing Canada. So you don't have to worry about that. That stuff is going to start rolling out because they've given me schedules where they don't even know where. They don't even know where yet. And I know Florida. Oh, okay. Hey, Darius, what's going on? I thought that was from a distance. It looks like Florida. It's a salute, though. So yeah, that's coming up. So Dexter, everybody that I have shown Dexter equipment to has been very happy with it. Everybody was all worried about it. Oh, because they were telling me about nail salons. They were telling me about nail salons, beauty salons, retirement homes. That's another thing, retirement homes. They all have to wash the sheets, the towels, and the clothes for the residents in the retirement homes, the assisted livings, the adult daycares. So you have that. That is where you're going to find the Dexter. That is where you're going to find the Electrolux. You will find Speed Queen too, but especially where you have. But you have a nice mix. In New York, you're going to have Continental, but you're going to have Dexter. You're going to have you're going to have Electrolux, especially since Electrolux is right there. Especially since they're right there. That's their home turf. So everything for Dexter, they're going to have the training with the events, but they also have videos. Let me show you guys where the videos are real quick. You go into support. Of course, you got your technical documents, but they have a full staff to answer your phone calls. So here's your bearing is in there. So it's not like doing a residential where you got that spider, this big pain in the, a whole lot easier. They will be able to walk you through everything. Here are all the service videos. And I'm going to add this link there. I'm going to add this link for you all. Come back. Yeah, so just so everyone knows, I didn't have anything rigid, nothing structured, just going with the flow. I'm going to be on tomorrow, not on my channel. I'm going to be a guest on Brandon, Brother B with TMM Appliance. I'm going to be on his, today's Thursday, so I'm going to be on his show tomorrow. Comes on, he said like 9 p.m. He said like Central. So that link I gave you goes to all the Dexter information for programming, how to fix their units. Now, this is something that quite a few people had called me about on Dexter, and they said this was an issue.
This presentation will guide you through the removal and cleaning of the pressure switch tube. Dexter Laundry recommends that all service and troubleshooting be done by a qualified.
Yeah. We all know.
Power to your washer or
right, we got
socket,
it.
A 1/4-inch socket, and a Dexter 6324 service key. Power down the machine.
Wow, look at all that equipment you have to work on this stuff.
Screws from the soap dish.
You're gonna go broke buying equipment.
Unlock the top panel with the Dexter 6324 service key. Using a small flat screwdriver, pry the corners of the top panel up off the retaining posts. Push back to remove the top panel. Next, remove the 2 Phillips screws from the lower service panel.
Now the customer will have the service key.
And remove the lower service panel. Locate the pressure switch tube.
And that's it right there.
Using a ratchet and a 5/16 socket.
Wow. Where in the world would you get one of those?
Pressure switch tube to the back side of the drain coupling.
Amazing.
Remove the pressure switch tube from the drain coupling.
Look at how cramped he is in there. There's like no room to move. Look at that. He's got nowhere to move.
Control trough,
Oh man, he could barely fit his hand in there.
From the bottom of the pressure switch.
Oh, look at that.
Remove the tube from the washer.
How's he gonna get it out of there? Oh, look at that. He just barely made
Clean
that
the pressure
through.
switch tube by squeezing the tube top to bottom.
What?
While flushing hot water through the tube.
Yeah, that's typically what I do.
The hot water helps dissolve soap residue while flushing it out of the tube. Repeat this process until the pressure switch tube is free and clear of obstructions. Next, inspect the pressure switch tube for damage.
Let me pause it right here. So in case you didn't know, the pressure switch is what tells the washing machine what level the water is so that it can lock the door and start the cycle, or that there's no more water in there and it can unlock the door and end the cycle. You know, so a lot of times it won't go into final spin, but all those things are happening because there is slime, there's buildup in that tube instead of air to allow that pressure switch to activate.
Holes or other damages present, replace it with a new pressure switch tube. Reconnect the pressure switch tube to the pressure switch. Then, reconnect the pressure switch tube to the drain coupling.
Salute to you, sir.
Tighten the 5/16 hose clamp to secure the pressure switch tube to the drain coupling.
Wow, that would take all day.
Reinstall the lower service panel and washer top.
Can you believe how cramped that is? How do they expect you to work with all that restriction?
To verify that the water levels are now correct. If the problem persists, replace the pressure switch.
I mean, that was just so complicated, right?
Power down and remove the top panel as before and locate the pressure switch at the left rear corner of the control trough.
Yeah, let me take that off.
Disconnect the red and orange-yellow wires from the pressure switch.
Once again, how do they expect you to work?
From the bottom of the pressure switch.
Where are you supposed to find all the room and move around in there?
Screws securing the pressure switch bracket to the control trough. These can be found on the left side of the control trough.
Again with all these tools.
And a 1/4-inch socket, remove the 2 1/4-inch screws.
What?
The switch can now
be made of money?
Install the new pressure switch in reverse order, using the 2 1/4-inch screws to secure the pressure switch to the control trough.
And doesn't that pressure switch look familiar? Yeah.
Reconnect the pressure switch tube.
Right? Yeah, I mean, there is
orange, yellow, and red wires to the pressure switch.
That is the nice thing about it. You know, once you open that sucker up, you can get in there,
replace all panels,
do what you got to do. The learning curve on these units is so small.
The washer,
it is very small. You've got a lot of room in there to work with. The only situation where you do not have room is at a laundromat. Other than that, everywhere else you're gonna have tons of room. That is nothing to worry about. But you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna find these at all the pet care places, pet hotels, all that. Oh, let me show you this one because you might not be familiar with this. This is the drain. They don't have a drain pump. This is the drain. This is how they get rid of the water.
Guide you through the cleaning and replacement of the drain valve.
But everything still applies as far as underwire and, you know.
A 3/8.
Oh man, look at that!
Socket.
Even more tools. What the hell?
To start, power down the washer and close off the water supplies to the washer.
The nerve.
Remove the 2 Phillips screws securing the lower service panel.
Oh, the carpal tunnel.
Remove the lower service panel from the washer.
Whole screws.
Using a ratchet and a 5/16 socket, loosen the hose clamp securing the drain hose to the drain valve.
Again with this? What am I, a machine?
Remove the drain hose from the drain valve.
And there it is.
Inspect the drain valve for any damage or obstructions. Remove any obstructions or debris from the drain valve and drain hose.
That's it. It just
Test
rotates.
the operation of the drain valve.
It just rotates.
Water should remain in the off position.
The motor is what you see on the left.
Restored. With the drain hose still disconnected, Power up the
And it
machine
rotates the
and
ball
start
valve.
the wash cycle.
That's it.
The drain valve should close as power is applied to the drain valve.
And that's how it keeps the water inside
Inspect
the washer.
to make sure the drain valve is closing and sealing properly.
And
Power
that's
down
it.
the
That's
machine
all.
to ensure the drain valve opens when the power is removed. If
There
the
you
drain
go.
valve does not open, close, or seal properly, replace the drain valve. To
So
replace
it's
the drain valve,
dealer
with the lower service
choice.
bar
It's up to
removed,
you.
power
But
down the
rarely do
machine.
you have to change that
Using a ratchet
drain.
and a 5/16
It's
socket,
not a pump.
loosen
It's
the
just a
rear hose
drain
clamp, securing
valve.
the drain hose to the drain valve. Disconnect the brown-yellow wire, the blue-neutral wire, and the green ground wire from the drain valve assembly. Using a ratchet and a 3/8 socket,
Now they've gotten rid of a lot of
remove
the
the
push
two
button
bolts
stuff.
securing the drain valve bracket to the frame of the washer. Remove the drain valve assembly.
Now, let me show you what that stuff costs. Dexter.
Next, reinstall the drain valve assembly to the machine. Connect the rear drain hose to the drain valve assembly.
So, as you see, the drain valve is $200. You see what Speed Queen wants to charge. $150. And they only have one that goes with all the units. And then for you in New York, you could pick that sucker up locally. I believe you got about 2 or 3 part houses over there in New York where you can pick up these parts. So there it is right there. That is what it is. So it's just a gate valve that holds the water back. That's it. It's just a gate valve. That's it. That's all. So that's Dexter. So you've seen two common things. Door lock is another common issue. The door lock is even easier to get to than on the residential units. The door lock is you go in from the top. You don't have to mess around with the door gasket. How to change the door gasket is on here as well. But all of this stuff is right there. It is. There's the door gasket. It is all straightforward. The whole front panel comes off. It is not a big deal. I would definitely, if I was you, I would definitely introduce myself to those different people, and then you can go ahead and get that clientele. Because here's the deal. Yes, they have service providers. Let me take this off of there. Yes, every laundry brand has service providers, but what they do is they take care of the universities, they take care of the huge the Hyatt hotels, the very large, upscale high hotels. They're busy taking care of those. They don't have time to take care of these apartment buildings, these multi-units, these retirement homes, adult daycares. No, they're busy taking care of universities. They're busy taking care of hospitals. They're busy taking care of hospitals. They're busy taking care of upscale hotels. They do not have the manpower to do that. They do not have they don't have the manpower to even take care of the clients that they have now, much less to take care of all these others. And then you add on the fact that they're selling this stuff through Home Depot, they're selling it through Lowe's. So all of you that are coming in, they're selling this stuff in Home Depot and Lowe's. Let me see if I could find a well, I'll show you. Let's see, Dexter Laundry. And it feels like I'm beating a dead horse, but Dexter Laundry, let's see here, cost. Laundry Owners Warehouse. We don't want to go through any of that. All right, so Dexter is staying pretty true to being for the independent dealer. AA Advantage. Coin Laundry is going to sell used ones. We'll go through AA Advantage. So you have OPL is on-premise laundry. All right, so that one you don't have to worry about putting money into the machine to get it to work. You just select your cycle and away it goes. See, so they have it where you could lease the unit, buy the unit, all that other good stuff. They have all the forms. Forget it. I'll show you. So we got Continental Laundry. What the hell am I supposed to show you this one too? Now this is a lesser known unit. This is Continental, which they're phasing out. So you can see it on the machine. It doesn't say it on the website. So they're phasing out the Continental part and just calling it Jabot. It was Continental Jabot. Now, little fun fact, this is LG. So if you see down at the bottom, there's LG. Continental Jabot LG. So once again, they too, see, they're trying to do the sports. So this is another thing. They're into washing jerseys. So this type of equipment, you'll find the very large ones, and they will wash the equipment in the university level. And you do the soccer teams, or some people might say football. So they'll do that. You can actually do American football uniforms. This is what you're going to find. So these are actually, what you see on the screen right here, that's actually LG. This is actually LG. LG, yeah, it says LG. It says LG right there. I can't zoom in anymore. So this is the commercial line for the LG stuff. So if you didn't know, now you know. So it's kind of muddled. They kind of muddied the waters right there. All right, let me know if you guys are still with me now. So matter of fact, here, I'll include the link so you guys can follow along with me. I'll show this on the screen. Hopefully that is big enough. Don't hesitate to put in requests on if you can't see anything, if I need to make it bigger. And of course, there's no shortage on laundry parts. You're not going to have anything back ordered. On commercial laundry, nothing is back ordered. Nothing. Oh yeah, see, they're showing water parks. I forgot about that one. The water parks, hotels, linen rental, university apartment, multi-unit. Let's see here. Animal care, like I told you, animal care, athletic, bed and breakfast, campground, car wash, yes. Especially in New York, car wash. Then you have your vended laundry. So here's a Continental Jabot, Jabot Industrial, LG Commercial. Now what the hell, we'll go down the rabbit hole. So this is LG's little plan on getting into the commercial side. I know they showed that one picture where it seemed to be a commercial setting, but chances are that was some kind of like university laundry area or something like that. Matter of fact, I don't even remember seeing coin slots on those. I don't even remember seeing coin slots. Let me see if I can go back to that. But anyway, while I still got this up, this is what's called a soft mount. So this doesn't need you to put a base down on the concrete. This doesn't need you to drill into the concrete to secure that metal bracket. This unit sits down, and the weight of itself, its own weight, holds it in place. The middle section rotates. The outer frame stays still. And it's got it where it's so tight against the frame where you can't stick your fingers in there to get your fingers crushed or anything like that. But it's really kind of bizarre to see that the whole inside is jiggling around. It's just shaking around, but the whole body of it stays still. So this literally, you can install this washer anywhere as long as it can support the weight. You could drop it. You don't need a trough. You don't have to chisel into the ground. It has its own drain hose, and you can run the drain somewhere close. You can even, you'll see some funky stuff. Like you'll even see them hooked up to drain pumps. See, so these are the digital slots. And those are dryers. So let's see here, right? What we got. That's the tunnel laundry stuff. That's a whole nother thing. When I get enough of you guys to follow, I'll go in with the Milner stuff and tunnel washers. But for now, see, all this is what they're pushing, the soft mount. So, Mel, look at that. You don't have to worry about the display cracking. They got all of that there. And for everybody, this IntelliControl, it tells you what's wrong with the unit. So it's going to come up on the front, and it's going to say user interface error. It's going to come up and say motor error. It's going to say all the different things that's wrong with it. Drain, it doesn't have a drain pump, but it's going to say drain error. So let's see here. I don't see. See, there's a pool table there. There's a ping pong. No, this is not. Oh, it does have coins. It does have coins, but no. Okay, so the spots where the coin slot would be, they put stickers on it. So this is some sort of school. This is some kind of dorm or something like that. Because it wouldn't, in my opinion, it wouldn't hold out. Those suckers would not hold out in that in an aggressive environment. Nah, a few comforters in there, it'll knock that sucker out. It'll knock that sucker right on out. Oh, brother, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Mel, yes. So that's just a few of the different brands on the commercial side. You're already aware of how these things function because you're doing the harder work, which is the residential. On the commercial side, you have a lot more space. You don't have the drain pumps. You got a gate valve that just rotates. The door lock is still the same on the commercial as the residential. You still got the same door lock issue. They try to yank it open, pull it open, that type of stuff. It'll still get damaged. But everything is bigger. And even though it's bigger, you have more room to work. The motors are more robust. You're not worried about that kind of stuff. Because it is used more often than a residential, it will have more faults. Not a breakdown, but a fault. Where if you get a lot of gunk in that hose, like they were showing you, for the pressure level switch, the unit isn't going to mount. It isn't going to work properly. They rip over the door. Then you're going to have to replace the door, the door switch. If they get a lot of braziers and stuff like that, the bra hooks, the under wires, all that stuff still gets in there. Even though it's a gate valve, that stuff still gets in there. It prevents the gate valve from closing. The unit just keeps running. Oh, and in the fill valves. Let me show you guys what the fill valves look like on some of these. Let's go to fill valve. Fill valve, Dexter. Just so you can get the idea. And so these are all field serviceable. You can service, clean, and rebuild it. Just like, I don't know if some of you guys saw me working on that dishwasher today. The valves, you can see, that's a generic. Look at that, $16. 16, and it's sold by Speed Queen of all people. Generic, because Speed Queen. All right, here's the deal. Speed Queen bought a very large parts house. And so with that, they took over. So even though it's Speed Queen is selling Dexter, Continental, Electrolux. They're selling parts. So you already have accounts because you're already a Speed Queen guy like myself. So we all go through Alliance Laundry, and you can already get the Dexter parts. So this is, it's blue, so chances are this is a cold fill. $16. Right, and so they all have the screws there. You can undo the screws and clean the oh shoot, you guys can't see that. Sorry about that. You guys couldn't see that. So Speed Queen, $16. It's blue, so that's cold. Yeah, it's not saying if it's cold or hot, but it's going to be cold. So here's all the diaphragms. Here it is right there. The diaphragm is $1. So you can rebuild all of these. So there's the diaphragm for $1. So even if the diaphragm is all scaled up or eaten up, or even if you don't even want to mess with it, pull out the diaphragm, clean the inside of the fill valve, put it all back together, and then you're rocking and rolling. So it's a lot better deal for you than the residential stuff. And then, as everybody, I'm well aware of what season that you guys are coming into on this residential stuff. All right, so here's another one through Speed Queen. I didn't choose Speed Queen, but they're choosing it for me. All right, so here's another one through Speed Queen, $75 for this washer dryer valve inlet. So this one is a little more robust, but yet and still it's going to have the same thing. Here's your pressure switch, $140, like what we saw before. So even if you didn't want to mess with it, especially in New York, when you're dealing with those customers, if you got a price conscious customer, yeah, you just have to clean out, but you can change it. And of course, I'm not even logged in. So this is the customer's price, that $140. Your price is more likely going to be less. So as you see, you're not looking at huge numbers. When you will be looking at large numbers is when you're talking about the motors and things, then you're going to be looking at larger numbers. Door gaskets, you're still looking at the same, 114, just like a residential. Not a big problem. And readily available. So if you're in like New York, you're in parts of Florida, you're in Delaware, you're going to be able to get these parts same day. So it's not like you're going to want to have to keep any kind of truck stock. When you do run across clients and they have like 10 locations, 10 units in one location, things like that, okay, then you can carry like one of each thing, because it prevents you from running back and forth, and especially if you're in a very crowded area and there isn't any parking. You don't want to leave and come back, because if you could park the first time, I guarantee you when you come back the second time, you're not going to find any damn parking. And a lot of times it's very expensive to park. So anyway, I think I'm just about done with laundry on this one. Hey, Frank. Good to see you. Thanks for showing. Hey, Frank, real quick, I just went over laundry stuff. I went over I went over Dexter, Electrolux, a lot of other brands. Getting ready for the training season. Everything's going to start kicking off in January. Holiday season. Everybody's spending time with their loved ones. Ah, yeah, I know. So yours is pretty much near the end. Yours is pretty much near the end of the year. But right now, not much is out for Hawaii just yet. Hawaii is usually with California. So as far as ice machines and stuff like that, that's probably going to be in the next like February or so. But your stuff is the schedule is going to start rolling out. It's going to start rolling out. Like this right here is the first thing. Hagerstown, Maryland. That's the first thing for Manitowoc for the year, right? So they're pretty much starting East Coast and they're going to work their way west because these are usually very small tech departments, training departments. So and they even made the fee even less. So it's $25 to go to the regional class. So it's $25 to go Hagerstown, Maryland, January 9th. So this is the one held by URI. So that bear with me. This stuff is this year we're going to this will actually be the first time I'll be able to start this from the beginning of the year, because I started 7-8 months ago, maybe even 9 months ago. So we're actually going to start off at the beginning of the year. I'll be able to give you all these dates, and then you guys can schedule from there. So you guys are going to get scheduled dates and training. You guys are going to get events. You're going to get events like Rhythma. I don't know if anybody wants to put their money into this kind of stuff, but yeah, here's Rhythma. Oh wow, I didn't even know they were right here. They're right here in Texas with me. How about that? Let me show this with you. Rhythma is the Restaurant Facility Management Association. And so they're having their conference, I believe, next month. Let me see when this is. All right, so this is going to be in Washington, D.C. No, okay. So it's going to be in March 17th through the 19th. And what Rhythma is this is the association of all the management companies. Let me show you who's going to be attending to this kind of stuff. So this is where all the management companies they handle all the restaurants. They handle the dispatching companies. So these guys will go ahead and snatch up First Watch, things like that. And then they'll go ahead and look for service providers like yourself to take care of the equipment in like a First Watch. And I don't even know if you guys have a First Watch in Hawaii. You probably do. I don't want to view available booths. Let's see the exhibitor list. So you have a, a huge number of attendees. Alphabetical order. Let me go back up to the beginning. I was just looking at this a little while ago. I don't even know what a Latin group is, so we'll take that. Adlian. Okay, that's Norristown, PA. That's not that far from New York. Let me share this tab. So these are the type of people that are going there. Let me see if they're so facility maintenance, professional accountable facility maintenance. And so they need trade service. They need trade service. See that? Plumbing, handyman, electrical. So this is a good source. HVAC, floors, carpenters, floors and carpet, locksmiths, painting, doors. Where that Mike Sneed had this overhead door dock that's just like the overhead door at your garage, right? Millwork carpentry. So you guys get the idea. So I got a lot of this stuff to tell you about. So these are just some of the people. So here it is where they look for vendor partners. Want to join our team, right? So this is RIFMA. That's coming up. I don't say that you have to go. There are classes rolling through the Midwest pretty soon. They're rolling through the Midwest. They're going to be rolling up pretty soon. Like I said, they haven't finalized the schedule. Nobody's really finalized the schedule because it's, let's see here. It's pretty hit or miss. Let me see what I got here. Hold on. Let me see what I got. See if I got anything with Henny Penny or no. All right. So I'm looking at it in another browser, and I'm looking to see what's coming up. So nationwide, everything is going to be. We're starting out fresh. We all are starting out fresh. This will be my first time taking you guys from January through a complete year. So this time you won't get missed this time. So this time I'm giving you guys the dates, the whole nine. A lot of these training dates they've given me, they don't even have where the event is. All right, so they don't even have where the event is. So yeah, Hoshizaki is coming up. Now that I think about it, Hoshizaki is coming up in Chicago. So we have a number of things that are be coming up. It's going to be it's very light with January. It's pretty much going to be a full schedule with February. So I'll get you guys that information so that you can block out your schedules this year for that one day. You know, one day for Hoshizaki in February, one day for Manitowoc in June, one day, you know, so you block that day out. These things, yes, you have to go year after year after year. It is what it is. They want to make sure you're up to date. They want to make sure it's their way of keeping their eye on you. You're actually able to go and meet with the representative from that company. You can talk to them. You can call them. They will give you their card. They give you a number. But this is the way. So someone else had emailed me and said, hey, you know, they didn't put me on the list. And I had to respond and say, yeah, they're not going to put you on the list, especially like Manitowoc. Manitowoc is only going to put like one or two companies on their list. And there are companies that have been servicing Manitowoc for 40 years. So for you to step up and take a class and think that Manitowoc is going to put you on the list, they're not. Manitowoc is not going to put you on the list. But what will happen is if you take the class in your area, then what that opens you up for, hold on a second. What that opens you up for is the local distributor in your area. Like I just got a referral today from the local distributor for Isomatic. They will in turn send you those calls. That's who actually will give you the call, not the manufacturer. People are not going to call the manufacturer. They're going to actually go through the distributor. And then that distributor is going to say, hey, look, you know, they're going to call their favorites, of course, and their favorites going to say, oh, hell, I'm not going over to them. They didn't want to pay my price. You know, you're on your own. I'm not going to deal with them because they're charging $2-3 grand. Let's just be real. And so they'll call you up and say, hey, you know, hey, I got this customer. You wanna go out there? All right. So field level. Shoot, I had already downloaded this. It's gonna download again. It's gonna download again. Damn it. All right. Let me see here. I swear to you, I have all these files, 15 versions of the same damn file. What the hell? To do it for my people. Why not? Here, let me give you guys the link to where you can find this at. A lot of times they don't have this thing fleshed out just yet. So here's the link. So you can take a look, and then I will remind you. I will remind you of when the class is, because I swear you'll have it and you'll forget. All right, so I'm pulling it up now. There it is. So it's for me to just run through this thing. It's gonna be a little boring. All right, bear with me. This is gonna be a little jarring because I'm gonna show the whole screen. It's gonna be 1 second. One second. No. Let me see if I can get you this one. Okay. Here we go. Excel. There we are. So, let me see. Did they give us any addresses yet? Yeah, still no addresses yet. Still no addresses. So, Mel, you got your Portland. Well, that says not. Oh, that's 23. All right, hold on. Let's get a little bigger. All right, so beginning of the year. So I already gave you this guy, Southern Ice. Isn't that me? Southern Ice? Oh, that's Lafayette, Louisiana. Get out of my screen, you. All right, Lafayette, Louisiana. And see, they're not. So it's just with Southern Ice, Lafayette, Louisiana. Let me see who else. So this is probably also going to be Louisiana. Let me see if I can get my screen to behave. That's as far back as I go. Okay. So, and see, this is not right because they have 1, 2, 3, 4 classes on the 9th. So something's not right. 4 classes on the 9th. Baker, United. Damn it, I did it again. Baker, United, and Southern Ice. So Hagerstown, Maryland. I told you about that one. Lafayette, Louisiana, and Corpus Christi. So that's a couple hours for me, Corpus Christi. So right now I'm sharing my whole screen so I can't see what you guys are saying right now. So I'm going to go down Lancaster, PA. Yeah, that's like the 11th. Panama Beach, Florida. So that's also beginning of the year. Texas, Florida, Missouri. Oh, New York, Bayside. I don't know where. Oh, it's 914. It's 914. So that's also going to be January. Yep, that's the end of the month for January. So let's see here. Fort Lauderdale, Missouri. Oh, there I am. There's Houston. So as you guys see, we get everybody else gets 1 day. Houston is such a large market. We got 3 days. We have 3 freaking days of training. All right, Denver. Oh, Denver actually gets 2 days. Okay, New Jersey. That's February, probably February 10th or something. Oh, February 21st. So I'll chop this up for you guys into some bite-sized information, but there's the list. You can go through the list. Wichita, Kansas, Kansas City. All right, Wisconsin, Warsaw. All right, let's see here. Milwaukee, Champaign, which is going to be 6 hours from Chicago. Bloomington, 6 hours from Chicago. Peoria, 3 hours from Chicago. Quad Cities is 3 hours from Chicago. Grand Rapids, Allentown, PA. That's like 3 hours from New York. Savannah, Georgia. There's another Laurel. Rochester, New York. So that's way up. Knoxville, Canada, Ontario stuff. Montreal, Quebec. I'm trying to get to Chicago here. So yeah, see, so they're constantly updating. Owego. I don't know where the hell Owego is. And there's Albany, New York. So the list kind of drops off. What is this going to be? Okay. So May. So they only got to about May. Damn it, keep doing it. They only got to about May with the schedule. And even then it's gonna change. So I did not forget about you. Hold on one second. Let me get. No. All right. I'm trying to get out of this thing. So you guys can't see it. But I'm in this thing stuck trying to figure out how the hell to get out of it. Maybe I'll stop sharing the screen. Nope. That didn't seem to work. All right. So. Thank you for bearing with the craziness. But yeah, they haven't fleshed out the schedule yet. So they gotten up to the first half. Hoshizaki is around the same. If you guys want to see that, I'll give you the link for Hoshizaki. We'll do that real quick. We'll do the Hoshizaki. And it's all under Hoshizaki America. All right, let me see if I can make sure I'm showing this. Oh, you guys can't see it. I'm sorry. Level 1 with the no, that is level 1. That is level 1 for Manitowoc. You're talking about level 3, which is the in-person. Don't worry about the level 1, 2, and 3. That's outdated. They've actually done away with that. That no longer exists. That 1, 2, and 3 jazz, that no longer exists. So what they're doing now, they used to have it set up where they had an entry level training, and then they had an advanced training, right? So, because the problem you have is when you have in-person training, everybody thinks, oh, in-person training is wonderful, hands-on training is wonderful. It's wonderful. It's wonderful if everyone in the class is at the same level. When you have people at 2 different levels, it becomes miserable because you have people that are on a higher level that want to know a little more about installing line set, about TXVs and things like that, and better ways to evacuate the system with a TXV. Because even some guys don't even know that you got to use 3 solenoid valve coils to do a proper evacuation. You got the 3-point, is it the 4-point? You got a 3-point evacuation that you do. There are several different ways to evacuate an ice machine with a remote. And so they cover that. And then, so you got a guy who's never done recovery, who's never even worked on a remote. And then so you end up with this situation where the guys that know, that are trying to get better, hate the guy who doesn't know, even though there's nothing wrong with the guy who doesn't know, but there's this huge fight. And what ends up happening is not many people end up learning any damn thing because the guys that know are being very vocal whenever somebody who doesn't know speaks up. And it's a nightmare. And I don't care. This is when it comes to dishwashers. This is when it comes to ice machines. So when it comes to fryers, it is extremely difficult to have a hands-on with people of different levels. So what Manitowoc has done is they have 15 positions. If you look at my Patreon or Facebook page, I have a picture of the training room for Manitowoc. And so what they've done is they have all these different stations. So you could put a person on station 1 that has very little experience, and you could rig that machine up for a person with very little experience. And you could take machine 2 and give machine 2 a very nuanced issue. And so that's what Manitowoc has done. And a very, very good trainer. Well, he was in charge of that, and they put him out to get moving again out in the field. But he was running that. He still might be running that. He's a British guy, and man, I swear he's like one of the nicest people you ever want to come in contact with. He did some of the videos. I don't know why they don't have his videos on there, but they took him from the field and stuck him on a desk, and it's not good for his health. So now they're sticking him back out there in the field. Okay, so Atlanta, what the hell is this? I don't want these shows. All right, this is where Hoshizaki is going to be. Let me take you to the class. It is under resources. Oh, let me go to support. There we go. Training. All right. Latest training schedule. Now let's see what they've done this time. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to organize this stuff, and I'm going to repeat these things over and over again in a rolling fashion. See, so this is new. They've just updated this. So Lake Forest, is that Lake Forest, Chicago? No, okay, Lake Forest, California. All right. I thought that might have been the north side of Chicago. We have a Lake Forest in Chicago. So, all right, now let me make sure you guys can see this. I'm going to make it a little bigger, and I'm going to give you the link. Ah, hell. I'm going to give you the link to the training support site. All right, in the chat, there it is. Gonna flash you. Woo! There you go. You've been flashed. Now let me take myself off the screen so you can fully see. Let me try to blow this up some more. All right. So as you can see, all right, they fleshed it out a little bit. They fleshed it out. Oh, they even put Mexico. All right, this is a first. They've actually included Mexico on the list. Nice. Sao Paulo, Brazil. Or is that Belize? Is this Belize? This must be Belize. It must be Belize. All right. Nice. All right. So Mexico City. BZ, it's got to be Belize. Cancun, Mexico City, Chile, Peru. Nice. Nice. So all these are 2024. So that's near the end of the year because I don't know who's going to. So they're paying for people's vacation right about now. So California, you're up. January 9th. Lake Forest. So we don't know where it's going to be. Western DC is Hoshizaki. Hoshizaki has taken over that distributorship. So Hoshizaki is running the whole shebang. These are actually Hoshizaki employees. When you call over there, look at that. They stripped everything down. All of this is being run by Hoshizaki. Hoshizaki has done a huge takeover. Hoshizaki is controlling everything. They have muscled everyone out. Even this, you see this Bozeman, Montana? HKE is Hoshizaki. HKE is Hoshizaki. Denver, HKE is Hoshizaki. Yeah, they're muscling everybody out. Southwest Texas, that's Houston, that's me. All right, so Chicago, Redco is on its way out. The other distributor is now an Isomatic distributor. They were Hoshizaki distributor for as long as I can remember, and they pushed them out. So Redco's in place right now for Chicago, and so you're looking at March 5th and 6th, and so Houston is right there with the 5th and the 6th. So Houston and Chicago is the same thing. California. So all you guys in California that are watching me, there you go. You got Mexico. So let me see here. We got what? Let me see for my New York people that are on here, because you guys are up very late. I do appreciate that. New Orleans. Oh, what the hell is JM? Guess that's Jamaica. I don't think that's Jamaica, New York. I think that's Jamaica. So that's February. Lancer Coca-Cola in Costa Rica. Yeah, I think that's JM for Jamaica. I think that's Jamaica. So let's see if we can find New York for you night owls that are staying up late. Memphis, Vancouver, more Vancouver, Mississauga, probably Mississauga. I'm probably butchering that. Halifax. I don't see New York on here at all. Let me go back to the chat. Did I miss New York? Did you guys see New York? I don't see it. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me make this bigger. Because hell, ain't much on this list that you guys need to see. Yeah, Mexico, Belize, Dominican Republic, Bozeman, Montana, Des Moines, Iowa, Winnipeg. More Vancouver, Jackson, Tennessee. I do not see. There's Longhorn, PA. I'm pretty sure you don't have to drive to Longhorn, PA. If you're over there on the East Coast. Hey, Savannah, Georgia. All right. February 2nd. Raleigh. February. Charlotte. All right, finally. Charlotte. There you go, contractor. Charlotte is February 13th. Spokane. Washington. Greenville, South Carolina. I mean, they're doing everything. Okay. So this is what this means, right? There's no New York because they haven't been able to figure out who's going to do it and where it's going to be done. It hasn't been fleshed out yet. And why? Because it's expensive to do this kind of stuff in New York. So you just got to hold on. All of you in New York and elsewhere, all these places that are expensive real estate places, hold on, because they're going to update this list. This is not written in stone. This is not the end all be all. And I know Hoshizaki is the favorite. All right. Isomatic, I'm still working on them to get a freaking schedule from Isomatic. Scotsman is out. Scotsman is with URI and whatnot. So it's coming, people. It's coming. They haven't fully fleshed this out. Probably after Christmas. Yeah, after Christmas, I'll give you guys the list on everything that's coming up beginning of the year. And that will be that. And that will be that. We'll be rolling. Questions, concerns. Thank you all for the donations. Thank you all, because I had donations from a bunch of new people. I do appreciate that so very much. I just want to thank you guys. Oh, and Darius, thank you. Darius just donated. Darius C. Edward B. He donated. Thank you very much. Anthony, thank you so much for your donation. Let's see. CD donated. Derek, Mel, Maurice, and Brother Frank. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your donations. I'm going to be on TMM's tomorrow. So he only broadcasts on YouTube. I don't know if he's going to try with Instagram. I'm going to try to present some information on his stuff too. some stuff I haven't done on this one. So once again, I want to thank you all for showing up, coming in, being active, telling me your concerns so I can address them. Keep putting this stuff in the chat. If you could please guide more to like what you're experiencing, like if you're trying to deal with managers, you're trying to locate different items, different things. Like I'm telling you guys about pet care places and things like that have laundry. So once I know, if you put a little something in the comment section and let me know what your skill set is and then what your questions are about, I can help you out with that. But as far as like what to avoid and things like that, there are literally thousands of different brands. There are so many different brands out there. All right. Keep them coming. I will address them. And then we can go from there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this content to those that you know. I do appreciate it if you do that. That would be great. And with that, I'll see all you guys tomorrow.